and I am the newly appointed, officially started district coordinator for the Wayne family. And Diana's with me this morning as well. And she's I
am the district technology coordinator for the Southside Family Schools. So this morning we're just going to do a little brief overview of some professional learning opportunities that we've found and we thought we'd share with you that you and your staff can utilize and do over the summer. So we can go ahead and get started, Sarah.
Okie doke. Okay, so the first one is for Google certification, and this is a level 1 Google certification class that Matt and Shannon are hosting beginning on Thursdays starting June 11th. They're just finishing up with their very first one. That the last class for this one is today. Even if you don't want or aren't interested in becoming Google certified, this is a great class to take because it just shows you how to use Google differently, how to use it a little bit more effectively, and they give you very good ways to use it in your classroom.
Yeah, this is, I would second that, and it's kind of an overview of how the Google Suite works. So this is really just a basic class for you to understand and learn the how-tos and how to incorporate those things into your LMS pages. So we're not saying you have to take the test, but I think if you're looking for opportunities to learn, this is one of those that's really great.
Yeah. So the class is kind of geared towards preparing you for becoming certified, but you do not need to become certified in order to participate. Some people are just going through the participation just to gain more information and a better understanding of Google and how it works. So there's a little link that if you would like to join, you can sign up right down below, and that way you've got a spot for you. Okay. All right, on to the next one. Okay.
So the next thing we're going to talk about are some of the other options that we are hosting throughout the month of June. So on Tuesdays at this time at 9 o'clock, we're going to be offering different topics. And the first one is next week, and it's just an overview of some Windows tips and tricks that you can utilize. It will be conducted by myself and Rick Herber, and we try to keep these at about a half an hour with some opportunities for questions at the end. So this is another one that will be available for you next week.
Perfect. All right. And then on Tuesday, June 16th, Matt and Shannon are going to dig a little bit deeper into Google Slides and show you how to make those interactive. One thing they're going to be working on is hyperdocs. That's a really cool feature. So if you aren't familiar with hyperdocs, this would be a great one to tune into. It would be really a wonderful tool to use, especially for remote learning, but also once we're hopefully back in our classrooms in the fall. It's just a really cool tool. And if you're not familiar with hyperdocs, you can always look it up as well. There's a lot of people out there that have shared their free hyperdocs. So I would definitely tune in on Tuesday for that one.
And I do know in regards to hyperdocs that we're working with the curriculum team and incorporating part of that into some of the curriculum writing that they're doing and reviewing this summer. So just a heads up.
Yeah. Hyperdocs would be great to use for our curriculum because it just gives you an opportunity to kind of embed videos and links and activities all in one place. So your kids aren't going to 7 different places to find information. It's kind of all right there. And so this is kind of almost a work at your own pace type of idea for hyperdocs. And so it's just a really cool tool to use.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay. On June 23rd at 9 o'clock, Sarah, Steve, and Matt will be doing a little overview tutorial of how to use social media, both for professional development and how to incorporate that into your classroom. So we're looking forward to Matt and his TikToks, to be perfectly honest, in conjunction with some of the other tools that Integrate Ed has used and is making available for you, and then how you can incorporate that into your classroom.
And earlier this, when we were still in school, Diana and Shannon had done Bitmoji PL, and one of the things they kind of talked about and used were like the dancing Bitmojis, and that's available. You kind of go through Snapchat to do that. But then we wanted to kind of just feature some of the other social media tools that you can use to build your professional development. We'll talk about specifically Twitter a little bit later in this presentation, but that one's a great one for professional development building, as well as like Instagram, just getting ideas and things. And then most of you are probably familiar with Facebook as well. So yeah, Matt's gonna show us some awesome TikToks for that one. So, you know, if nothing else, you tune in for that. This next one is, those were all of the ones that we're kind of presenting this summer. This next one is presented by kind of an outside source. And this is the ICE conference, the Indiana Connected Educators Conference. This one is amazing because it's free, which in itself is great. But there are tons of just featured authors in EdTech. Like Matt Miller, Ditch the Textbook guy. Jake Miller, no relation, will be present, as well as Nadine Gillickson and Lisa Highfield, who both are very active in Google. Lisa does a lot with HyperDocs, and so does, now I said her name and now I forget it, Gillickson. She also is very active in HyperDocs and Google. So really just a lot of great ed leaders and teachers who have a lot of wonderful ideas to share. So you can click on the picture to register, and that one is July 20th through the 24th, and it's all virtual. So nobody's going anywhere this summer for conferences. They're all being delivered to you. So I would highly recommend this one.
And those are free too, by the way.
Yeah. You'll have lots of opportunities.
The other thing I would encourage, if you want to connect to this, just to kind of get a taste of it before that conference, if you're on Twitter, this Indiana Connected Educators does a session, I think every Thursday night, if I remember correctly.
Yep. And that's
that you can participate in. So that would, I mean, you could tag on to that beginning this weekend.
Yep. Okay.
Next is Apple Education has offered some additional PL supports that they're offering a couple times throughout the week, that we will send those links and put those up on our technology resource page. But there's some really good tools and activities available for you, including how to improve reading fluency, how to use Apple Clips from the iPads, how to connect and collaborate with other teachers remotely, and then helping you develop and prepare resources for remote learning. So I did sit on one of those sessions yesterday. It was pretty good. Got some good notes out of it, and I'm not a big Apple user, so I don't know if you have anything else to add to that, Sarah.
All of these sessions are kind of running through the month of June, so far at least. I haven't seen any posted for July, but this one is one that you need to, again, register for, and then they'll send you a link to the, I'm not sure if they use Zoom or what platform they're using for that virtual connection.
No, they use the Apple format.
Okay. So they'll send you a link and then you can just connect that way. So it'll be in your email. Check your junk mail though, your clutter, because that's where my registrations went. And so make sure you check that folder for them. But these will be running until the end of June. Lots of different days, lots of different times. And so hopefully you can find some that will fit your schedule. Okay. So some of you may be familiar with Casey Bell. She does Shake Up Learning. And while she doesn't have like a Zoom or anything like that, these are all webinars. And so it's kind of nice because it can be on your own time. And so you don't have to tune in at specifically a time. Again, I would register for these, and you can click on the Shake Up Learning icon there, that picture at the top, and that will take you to her page where you can register for some of these.
And I would encourage you to follow her group, the Shake Up Learning, on Facebook or Twitter, because she does post a lot of other opportunities, not just for her, but with other organizations that she partners with. And to be honest, that's where we got some of the information on sessions that are available throughout the summer.
Yeah. And she is a former middle school teacher. And so some of hers, not all of them, are, you know, a little bit geared more towards the secondary. And so that might be helpful for some of our secondary teachers as well. Okay.
Next is the Global EdTech Academy that's conducted through CUE. Now they are in a partnership with Microsoft, so a lot of the things that they're talking about are Microsoft-based, Word, PowerPoint, Excel, how to use Teams, although we really don't have that available here in the district. But Matt Miller is part of that as a featured speaker, and if you've ever heard or seen him, he's got some really, he's got some great ideas, he's got some cool ideas as well. Like Pirate with Tech. So he has a few sessions. They are hosting live, but they are recorded, so you can always go back and review them. And the link, when you look at the presentation on the slides, if you just click on that Global EdTech, it'll take you right to their resource page that you can sign up for and follow their links.
Okay, awesome. So Diana earlier referred to the Twitter chats, and these are available, and I was only aware of the Thursday evening ones, but in doing some, you know, research for this, I found that they actually have some other Twitter chats available. These are all done through the Indiana e-learning, and so if you just on Twitter, you can just search the @IN e-learning. And find them, or you can also use any of those hashtags. So basically what you're gonna do when because I wasn't really familiar with Twitter chats in the beginning, so what you do on the evening of, you just get on Twitter, you go up to your search bar and you type in one of these chats. So either the IN e-learn on Thursdays or the IN ed chat on Wednesdays. And then if you click that latest button, it will bring up the latest information or the latest question about that's connected with that hashtag. So while you don't even necessarily have to participate in the chat, it's sometimes just nice to read what other educators are saying in conjunction with the speaker that's hosting. Matt and Shannon hosted one, back, I think in April. And so they just have lots of different people coming in and hosting each week. And so it's kind of nice to get a perspective from other educators and other tech people in tech education. This one that's on Tuesday, the PD on Ice, is kind of like a happy hour one. That is one you have to register for. And so there's a link to register if you're interested in doing that. And that one is tonight at 8 o'clock. And the topic is about remote learning. And so while we just finished, you never know when we might have to come back to it. And so it's always nice to kind of continue with that. So this is just a little information on how you go about participating or just observing in those Twitter chats. Anything you want to add about that, Diana?
No, I've gotten some great, well, I shouldn't say that. Yeah, I've gotten some great insight and developed some pretty good relationships with people in other school districts, and been able to bounce ideas off of them. So if you have a chance to participate, I would include you in on, I would do it.
Yeah, and that's a good point. It's a great way to connect with other people outside of our district. It's amazing kind of the relationships you can build over Twitter, just in different chats, that you keep seeing the same people over and over again. I know Matt and Shannon are really active in the Twitter chats on Thursday nights. So you'll see them. If you participate in those, you'll find them there. And they've really developed some good professional relationships with some of the other people that participate in these. So it's a great way to connect with other educators.
Agreed. Agreed.
Okay.
Okay. Next, another opportunity is the IDOE is doing a training session on synchronous and asynchronous learning. It's 2 days. It does earn you PGP points for participation. I think it's a great opportunity. I know our curriculum team will be involved in that, and I'm going to guess that the tech coordinators will also be a part of that as well. So I would encourage you to participate.
I've gotten signed up already. So if you click on the icon for it, just that little picture, it'll take you to the registration. Because again, it is one you need to register for. And they originally, and I would do this quickly, they originally had June 15th and 16th, but that filled very quickly. And so they added these next dates. And so if it's something that you're interested in, I would get registered as quickly as possible. So you get a spot in that. I'm not sure of the hours, if it's, I can't imagine, but who knows, if it's an all day or if there's different breakout sessions or how it's going to work. There wasn't a ton of information, but I'm sure once we get closer to the date and you get signed up, you'll get some more info sent out. But this is, again, great for remote learning because we're really looking at that synchronous and asynchronous when it comes to instruction. And so this would be a great one just to get a little bit, more information. And you get some PGP points for it as well. So that's always a positive. And again, it's free. So all of these that we've shared this morning are free opportunities. There may be others that you might be aware of that we didn't include this morning. If there are, please let us know so that we can make sure to get those posted on our teacher resource page because we do want, to let everybody have those opportunities, to participate in any professional learning that they would choose to do this summer.
Absolutely. That's all we've got. Does anybody have any questions? I tried to address all the ones that were in the chat. We will post this recording. Thank you, Sarah, for posting that. We'll post this recording on the teacher resource page that you should have access to. In addition, we'll post the presentation there as well. So you can direct others if some of your teachers or coworkers are looking for professional learning opportunities.
Yep. Okay. If you have any questions, you can drop them in the chat. You can speak up. I think, we're a small enough group that if you have any questions or anything you want to add, you're welcome to. And, please, like Diana said, feel free to share this slide presentation with, your teachers. Share it with, whomever you choose to, guide them towards the teacher resource page so that, those that weren't able to join us this morning have those opportunities. So this one was a quick one this morning. We just wanted to give you some more information about what's available this summer. So hopefully we'll see you back here next Tuesday with Diane and Rick. And then each Tuesday in June, we will not have the last week of June, I believe it's the 30th. We will not have a professional learning that week. That's kind of 4th of July week. And we know people are, maybe taking vacations or a little bit busier that week. So we kind of took that week off, but we will be back with more hopefully in July. And so be sure to look out for that information on our Facebook page, Twitter, or the teacher resource page as well. We'll post all of those learning opportunities there.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to post the one for you, Kelly.
Oh, the teacher resource page. There, thank you. Diana dropped the link. The teacher resource page is also available on Clever, And so if you log into Clever, there'll be a little icon that I think says teacher resource. Doesn't it, Diana?
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Okay. So you can find it there as well. Yep. Thanks for that question.